Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kirk. We are gonna watch some of the best and worst tattoo videos I could find, and I got us a doozy right off the bat. We got this cat, El Gato, the cat of everyone's nightmare. There's a couple things here that you'd have to be blind or dumb not to be able to see. First off, that eye, bulgy as shit, right? Like 4 times the size of the other eye. And don't tell me nothing about perspective or the way he is facing. No. Okay, there's no reason why this eye should be 1/4 of this eye, right? Like, yes, they're different sizes when I turn my eye, but that's really just because you can't see a lot. It doesn't mean that it's like small. Awful, 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 awful. But what's most fun to me is this stipple shading stuff that is pretty popular in tattooing right now is extremely hard to pull off well. Okay, it's really easy to get the technique and kind of just like diddle around, but to nail it, very difficult. And that's why those people who do tattoos like that get paid the big bucks, okay? Because they're scratching that thing and it takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of time. What this tattoo isn't is good at all. And it clearly probably took way too long to be such a hot pile of crap, but man, oh man, that's a arm, okay? If you like this tattoo, that's because you're a cat person and you're dumb, okay? I am not a cat person. I'm not an anti-cat person, but like, if you like this tattoo, you made me anti-cat, okay? All of a sudden, I don't like cats. I'm like, they suck. On to the next. Let's talk about AI. Now, AI in tattooing has pretty much no place in tattooing. I said that a very dumb way. I apologize. There is no place for AI in tattooing. Maybe an exception here or there when it's, I don't know. I could see a good tattooer using it on occasion to, it's painful for me to even say it, okay? There might be a scenario where a very busy tattooer is doing some walk-ins or something like that, and AI is gonna help him get that tattoo done faster and better, but then I'd just be like, you shouldn't do that tattoo then. You know, very simple, straightforward. If you need AI to make the tattoo for you, you probably shouldn't do the tattoo. Let's listen to this jabroni tattooer, and I use tattooer very loosely here. I think more he's just like some scratcher who's old. Let's listen.
I had to draw this up from scratch, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. What we've got is sufficient to give us a foundation of line work, and then we'll improve on that. AI isn't going to help me actually tattoo the work. That's down to us. What you pay is the time that you spend on the tattoo. So if I'm doing a day sitting and it's just taken me 5 hours to design it, and I've spent 20 minutes, half hour discussing and developing something with AI, that's just saved me 4 hours of work.
Most of them are AI.
These are some earlier ones, and it's definitely progressed. So.
Okay, this is my statement real clear. None of those tattoos should have taken more than 15 minutes to design. Second, if the concept is so complicated that AI needs to make the design for you, you probably aren't good enough to be doing the tattoo. Recently, a client brought me an AI image and they were like, hey, I want to make this a tattoo. And I looked at it and I was like, that is not a fucking tattoo. It's a tool for him, but it's not my tool, right? Like, I'm not going to just hop it into AI and be like, that's what you get. No, dude, because AI don't know crap about tattooing. So if you're using it as a client, I have no problem with you doing that. But if you're using it as a tattooer, you're crazy. And any tattooer who says anything, I'm like, no, dude, you're just not good at your craft, okay? You go back and do whatever else. On to the next. This is a video about tattooing and I don't even know how to say it, but doing the dirty, you know, and the doing the dirty types of world, right? Your BDSMs, right? Your kinky peoples. I don't know how to say it without getting super flagged on YouTube, but I think the subject's worth talking about, so let's get into it.
Your tattoo artist is not your scene partner. I love being a safe space for all kinds of people, queer people, kinksters, whoever, but we're not having a scene.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess that scene is some sort, I'm not part of this world, believe it or not. I'm not part of this world, I don't even care about it. But I think it's where a person is bringing some version of sex into the tattoo world. Like the tattoo experience, I guess is probably the best way to put it. They're putting in their own like kink or thing, which actually in tattooing has happened to me once or twice. And I had to quickly like nip that in the bud. Once it was a girl, once it was a guy, and both times I was like, hey dude, that's not cool. I don't know what the f you're doing and what is going on here, but I am not participating in your weird shit, okay? But let's listen to it. Maybe it's a thing more in like what she mentioned, a queer or kink scene. I don't know. Maybe you attract more of it than me because it's only happened 2 times in my career of 15 years. And even those times, it was more just someone kind of acting, being weird, you know? Let's listen.
I tattoo you. And it's not okay to bring your kink to me without my consent, and involve me in it without my consent. We haven't had a scene negotiation. You don't know me, and you don't know what my limits are. And when you're brushing
My limits, and probably most of the tattooers I know, their limits are absolutely 0, okay? Don't bring any of that type of crap. And it's such a rare thing, right? Like it's not something that's happening, probably doesn't happen to a lot of tattooers anyways. If you're having to put this video online, it probably means you're attracting some of it. Maybe you're posting stuff that are closer akin to that lifestyle, and then you attract these types of people. But like, dude, girl, don't bring any of that to me because I don't find any of it attractive. And also I find it very uncomfortable and weird. The fact that anyone is like getting bonery during this, crazy, okay? But hey, whatever, I'm gonna leave it there because like, I really don't think there's much to take here. You guys are not idiots. I don't think you're walking into tattoo shops and like getting your rocks off. But it happens and it's funny, okay? On to the next. This is some beautiful tattooing that gives me a tat boner, but not in a kinky kind of way, just a tattoo kind of way. We got some super bold, super colorful, just like wild tattooing. To me, if I had a bodysuit like this, I'd be very disappointed, to be honest. Like if my bodysuit looked anything like this, I'd be like, meh. But it's great tattooing, you know? His head is my favorite part, by far. The rest is cool, I'm not gonna take away from it, but it's like this new school, neo-traditional Japanese, and hey, I'm not upset at it, I just think it's super cool and it was tattooed really well. I just don't like it for myself. If you like it, you're like, hey, I wanna look like a cartoon character with so much color, then perfect. It looks cool, just not for me, but for him, yeah. Looks super sick. Just beautiful all around tattooing. On to the next. I'm still kind of like so grossed out by that kink stuff that I'm like, oh God, did I even need to talk about it? I don't know, but I did, and I'm upset about it, okay? Don't you bring your little boner to me. Bro, don't get me wrong, I'm excited about my tattoo. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for my tattoo, but my tattoo artist really just finished the head, then dipped to go get dinner, and then after 10 minutes I just decided to order my own dinner on Uber Eats. Literally just the head is done.
That's crazy. That is crazy. You just did the head and then you walked out. Now, what does it mean by go to get dinner? If it was like a 10, 15 minute thing, sure. Tattooers should eat, and sometimes, unfortunately, it happens in the middle of your tattoo. But if you're in the middle of a tattoo and it's not like an all-day session thing and you're gone from the tattoo for more than 30 minutes, you're a jabron. Now, don't get me wrong. I make clients wait all the time. I am notoriously late during the tattoo process, mostly because I travel and I stack up so many appointments that like I usually get like a little late through it. But most people also know I'm traveling, so I stack everything and I tattoo as much as I can. And so yeah, I'm late all the time. Only when I'm like dying of hunger will I stop to eat. And you better believe my food is gonna arrive, I'm gonna eat in 4 minutes, and then tattoo again. You know, that's an unreasonable amount of time. Like she's got enough time to Uber Eats and then get crazy. To me as a client, It's a very hard thing to do, but I would tell them, you're a dick. That sucked. Like the fact that you made me wait for you after we started the tattoo and now I gotta keep going afterwards means you either don't have tattoos and you don't understand what a dick move it is, or I just hate you anyways, you know? Tell them. Tell them. Let them know. You suck. On to the next.
Where are you starting it on the tattoo? So I know.
Bottom up. It's because if you start at the top, you wipe down, it'll wipe all your stencil off.
Damn it. Thank you for talking me down though. Everyone else was like talking about how it was gonna hurt so bad.
Okay, two things. One, if you're a client and you ask too many questions, like where are you gonna start? Typically you're gonna piss me off. And you're probably gonna piss off a lot of other tattooers. Now, I'm not gonna let you see it. I'm not gonna make you feel like a douche for doing it. But in my head I go, shut the f up. Am I gonna have to explain every part of this? Like, do I need to explain why I'm wiping? I know. You're gonna be like sitting there at home being like, Kirk's being a douche. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't happen to me very often or ever anymore. But when you're like a walk-in person, it happens. A lot of times, for me, I'll catch these types of clients before they get to this point. I'd be like, hey, I realize you're asking a lot of questions and this process is going to be very intense and I understand you're going through a lot, but the best way we can get through this is if you have trust in me up to this point and you just kind of let the rest go. And I promise you, I'll guide you through this as best as I can. And a lot of times I'll be like, hey, I'm starting on the bottom part. We're gonna move up anyways. But if I have to like continuously stop to answer questions that are pretty much pointless for me to answer, I go, bruh. We're just wasting time, and also you're wasting my energy. Like, right? I only got so much energy to do this type of tattoo, and the tattoo that he's got to do is very intense, and it looks great. Good job, Owen Tattooer. You did fantastic. Great tattoo. I'm glad you talked this kid down from whatever thing he needed to talk. But then the second thing about this tattoo is I will always tell you to expect the worst. Like, this tattoo is gonna hurt so goddamn bad, you might wanna f***ing die. The reason I'm gonna tell you that is because it's not gonna be that bad. And it's gonna be bad, but it's not gonna be that bad. So I always go like, yeah, it's gonna suck. It's up to you at that point to overcome that fear. And I'm like, that is the best way I overcome that fear, which might be super biased, but that's how I do it. I'm like, hey, this tattoo that I'm about to get is gonna suck so goddamn bad that when I get to the tattoo, I'm like, it's not as bad as I thought. And it makes it the whole process easier. So yeah, I tell clients all the time, I'm like, it's gonna hurt. And also I want to point out, I am a salty old bastard, okay? I've been tattooing 13, 14 years. Sometimes things like this, which are just normal for clients to ask, I go like, me, dude. This is the rest of my life. I'm such a salty dude. And tattooers just, we get salty, you know? I'm sorry. On to the next. Speaking of salty, I hate this. There's not gonna be a whole lot of nice things coming out of this. There is something here that I like. It just needs a lot more black to get it done, you know? A lot of this, obviously, it's the same thing I say every single time, so I'll keep it short. If you color bomb a tattoo, color fades the fastest, you end up with the absence of the colors that you want, and it just looks like a big pile of garbage. It might not be today, might not be tomorrow. You might look at this and be like, this is beautiful and it's everything I want. I am telling you, the lifespan of this tattoo is short. It is not gonna look this good at all for very long at all. So this type of tattooing, like although very creative and interesting in its own way, bad tattooing. Now, I could see a version of this, especially with a lot more black and maybe a little bit more structure, that would be cool, but it ain't here. Biomech, back in the days, it's a style of tattooing, very similar to this, very earthy, lots of colors. Looks like shit, dude, okay? Some Biomech now is like really nailing it because they learned how to tattoo and what looks good and what looks bad. So maybe this is a great style for the future. I don't see it though. Some hippy dippy bullshit to me. I'm just kidding, I love hippie stuff. I like hippies. I like, you know, dabble in the hippie arts of arting, not this though. On to the next.
Just me, or does it seem like the term flash has gotten pretty watered down and confusing lately? I keep seeing other younger tattooers on here talking about how their flash designs aren't meant to be repeated, but historically, that's what the word means. Flash are pre-drawn designs meant to hang on tattoo shop walls that people can come in and pick and get a tattoo in a flash. I personally repeat my flash all the time and use it as an opportunity to make little tweaks and changes and try to do.
Okay, this is Haley Tucker explaining what tattoo flash is and has been historically. Yeah, that's great. It's super true. Tattoo flash is meant to be tattooed multiple times for the most part. Now, the term tattoo flash gets brought up a lot, and a lot of times it gets misused. It drives me absolutely insane. Not that I expect really regular clients to understand it. I'm just always like, you know, I already said I'm salty. But yes, tattoo flash, it's the stuff that hangs up in the walls just like this of any tattoo shop. And to me, it should be tattooed multiple times. If you pick a piece of flash, cool. It's gonna be tattooed multiple times, especially if it's mine. If you wanna tattoo my flash, feel free. I don't think you should. I think there's better versions of pretty much everything on my wall, but if you really want it, I'll send it to you. I've done it in the past. Now, I don't think most tattooers are that willing to send you their flash so it gets tattooed. I don't care, okay? Because honestly, if someone came to me for almost any piece of flash, I would redesign it anyways. Yeah, almost all of them. There's very few things that I still want to tattoo. Maybe this, yeah, and maybe some of this. But yeah, flash should be tattooed a ton. On to the next, I guess. I think she did a good job explaining it.
Difference between tattoo shop, parlor, and a tattoo studio. Young tattooers on here complaining about pretty standard percentages.
First off, first and foremost, adults making TikToks while they drive is crazy to me. I go, hey bro, sit the fuck down, okay? Don't be driving, you're gonna die, okay? Now, if you think I'm a square for that, f***ing A, I think you're a dum-dum. But either way, let's listen to what he's gotta say.
60-40, 70-30, 65-35, that kind of thing. A tattoo shop or parlor, it is a storefront that the public can walk into. And with that comes a lot of stuff. A lot of regulation, a lot of taxes, a lot of rules, a lot of permitting, a lot of extra expenses. And they say, yeah, well, now I'm in my own studio and it's so much better. That's good. That means that you have enough of their own clientele to just do appointments out of a studio, and that's great. I got a lot of friends that like that environment. They like just going to their space when they have to do a tattoo. So, you know, if someone doesn't want to be around other tattooers and doesn't want to be around art and, you know, be influenced by other things, and personally, that's not me. I did it for a little over a year during the pandemic. I do understand some of the appeal to it, but really in the end, I missed just being around.
I'm not sure where he's going, but he needs to get there and talk, okay? He needs to put that car in park and talk there. No, I do know where he's going. He's talking about tattoo studios and tattoo parlors. Now, it's a long TikTok. He was like making a road trip somewhere, dude. He was going from Texas to Florida, dude. This was a long TikTok. I think what he's trying to say is that if you're a tattooer working at a tattoo parlor, which is like a walk-in shop, you're probably gonna be paying a higher percentage to the tattoo shop because the tattoo shop existing costs a lot and it requires more of the tattooers to pay for it. I think that's it. If you're capable of having your own private studio and you tattoo all day long, I probably wouldn't deal with the hassle of working in a tattoo parlor either, you know? If I lived at home and I had to tattoo every single day, I would have a tattoo studio more than likely. I would have it real quiet, real quaint. It would be like, yeah, and I'd tattoo and I'd be like happy with that. But that's because I don't want to tattoo walk-ins anyway. So, bro, get to where you're going, okay? Put that car in park and talk to this screen like a normie. Don't be one hand dangerous. On to the next. This is a TikTok of a kid who I think we're gonna see a great transformation from, I hope.
And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
Bro won. Bro is killing it in the tattoo game. From where he started, we could watch some of these crap ass tattoos, to where he got, beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. I'm here to clap it up for Famous Yats. Bro, Famous Yats is a killer tattoo artist. And oh my God, his transformation was beautiful. Like crap, amazing. This is what little hard work and dedication and learning how to actually tattoo. I bet you there was a great mentor in there somewhere. Whether or not he's like considers himself his actual mentor or someone who actually just like taught him how to be a better tattooer by just observing, there was something in there that made this all better. I don't know. Great tattooing. Famous Yats, you're great. On to the next. This is some jabroni that I absolutely love, and he hates tattoos so much and he thinks you're going to hell for having them. I want you to know this person exists. I've shown him a couple times and he makes me laugh every time.
Hey, all you tattoo artists out there should be in jail, alright? You're just ruining people's lives and making them go to heck. Now they have no choice but to hang out with the devil the rest of their life after they die. So you should all be in jail for being a life ruiner piece of crap, alright?
If God cares about tattoos, I don't want to hang out with him anyways. Just kidding. If there's a God and he cares about tattoos, I'd be goddamn surprised. And if this guy's there hanging out with God, I probably don't want to hang out with him anyways. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. He's been tattooed more than anyone else in the world. I think he's probably pretty okay with it. Okay? Maybe now with all the kids getting Julius Caesar tattooed on their arm, he's got stiff competition. It's Jesus and Julius Caesar, most tattooed men in all history. Now, there's definitely more girl tattoos than there are Jesus. That's for sure. And definitely more than Julius Caesar. How many girls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have more girls tattooed on me than I can even count, at least really roughly and quickly. I've got at least 7, I think. I don't know how any of this has anything to do with that guy, this guy who knows nothing about stuff and things, but he's funny and I like him. So give him a hug if you see him and rub your little tattoo on his face. Next, speaking of tattoos, I want you rubbing on people's face. Look at this thing. Jay Richardson Tattoos, very dark video, and I'm gonna have to lighten up my screen all the way to even see it. Beautiful, beautiful tattooing. Look how graceful. I like that little pinky out, dude. When in doubt, pinky out. That's how you make great tattoos. This is Kirk's course in tattooing. Pinky it out when you pull lines. If you don't pinky it out, you don't know nothing. I'm just kidding, I have no idea. Some idiots are gonna be like, Kirk said to do this. It's gonna be scratching at your house and being like, pinky out. Very nice. Clean the work, beautiful tattooing, pinky it out. What was that old phrase? 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Don't do that. Don't do that when you're tattooing, that's gross. You're foul for even thinking about it. On to the next. Is this Dino Bites? I don't even know what it is. I like it. It's stupid. It doesn't make a great tattoo. I don't really like it. But hey, it's a thing I saw, and now you have to see it. Do you like Dino Bites? I don't even remember having them. You know why? Because I was an unloved child. Unloved. Seriously unloved. I remember I got Wonder Ball, almost choked to death on it, and never got a Dino Bite in my life. Unloved. On to the next. I got this last one to show you. This is a guy getting a tattoo etched into his skin, and this person's gonna rub ink all over it, and it's some tribal way of getting tattoo, and it's a way I'd never wanna get tattooed. It looks so painful, and this dude looks like he's about to die halfway through it, which I get. There's a lot of blood there, lots of blood. He's gonna be like getting woozy. I want a tattoo that makes you woozy. You know, that's a great tattoo right there. You're gonna see he almost passes out or he passes out, and then they rub ink on it, and then your skin will heal over that ink, and somehow it works. I don't know, I've never done it in my life. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend looking at that. You're not going to heck for having tattoos, but are you going to heaven? I don't know. I don't know. I don't make the rules. Believe it or not, no matter how much you think I do, I don't. I'll see you in a few days.